Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really want to get 2000 subscribers on my channel. Thanks for supporting me, guys. Why a Davis-Garcia fight needs to happen? There are obstacles that need to be cleared, but in Garcia and Gervonta, Davis boxing has two fighters who could put on a show and attract a major audience. Javier Fortuna had barely scooped up his mouthpiece after being put down for the third and final time on Saturday, when the buzz for a Garcia-Davis mega fight began to build. Fortuna, a former 130-pound title holder, has been beaten before, but he had never been beaten. Not like that, anyway. A body shot put Fortuna down in the fourth round, and orbital-bone-crunching left hook dropped him in the fifth. After absorbing another hook in the sixth, Fortuna, from one knee, wisely chose not to continue. "I hit hard," shrugged Garcia. If last April's win over Emmanuel Taguer represented Garcia's return to boxing, this was Garcia's return to brink of the elite. The win over Taguer was uninspiring, in part due to Taguer's unwillingness to engage, and in part due to Garcia, who was coming off a 15-month layoff and was doing it with a new trainer, Gervonta, in his corner. Garcia, who underwent surgery to repair an injury to his right wrist 6 months earlier, was uneasy about throwing his right hand in that fight, and after a recent split with Eddie Reynoso, Garcia admitted to feeling like two different fighters in the ring. Against Fortuna, there was no hesitancy. Garcia ricocheted right hands off Fortuna's head. He bashed him repeatedly with left hooks. Before the fight, both Garcia and Guzan were in lockstep of the game plan. Be careful early, then go after Fortuna in the middle rounds. Lead rights and left hooks, Guzan told Sports Illustrated the night before the fight. It played out as scripted. Ryan stands alone in my life training, guys, and I've done it for decades. He stands alone as one of the most unique individuals I've ever coached, said Guzan. He's years beyond his age and thinking. He's like nobody I've ever met in this game, the trainer said. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 2000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks for supporting me, guys. Garcia has struggled to secure the respect of many in boxing, but his recent run, knockout wins over Fortuna and Luke Campbell, with the shake of the Russ decision over Taguer sandwiched in between, is proof of his talent. Fortuna was stopped late by Jason Sosa and took Robert Easter and Joseph Diaz to grilling decisions. He wasn't in optimal shape against Garcia. At Fortuna's request, the contract weight was 140 pounds, and Fortuna rehydrated to 157 on Saturday, but Garcia dispatched him with 80. "Everything was sharp," Garcia said. "I didn't feel forced on anything. I was in tune. I was on top of what he did. Any move he made, I had an answer for. I fought exactly how I knew I could fight. Fortuna is gone, Garcia is back, and now there is just one fight to make. Davis. He's one of boxing's biggest stars, a proven attraction. Davis drew a record-setting quote at Berkeley Center in May for his fight against Rolly Romero, narrating a live gate for more than $4 million, with crushing power. Garcia in his debut at Crypto.com Arena attracted more than 11,000 fans to witness his 19th professional knockout. With nearly 9 million Instagram followers, Garcia has connected with a younger, more casual boxing audience. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.